All right, guys, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be using, we're going to be solving some word problems. And in this, there's going to be times where they're going to want me to express my answer as a decimal, and they're going to want me to express my answer as a fraction. And you guys know actually how to do both. If it's a fraction, it's just your remainder is your numerator, and then what your divisor is your dividend. If you're trying to figure out a decimal, you just add that decimal and you keep going until you have 0. So on this first one, and a lot of these, you're going to want to draw those bar diagrams because that's really going to be able to help you guys to solve these problems. So on this first one, it says a vial contains, so a vial is like a container of medicine, contains 20 milliliters of medicine. So I'm going to go ahead and show my bar diagram. And it says that this is 20 milliliters of medicine. And what it says is if each dose is 1/8 of the vial, I want to know how many milliliters is each dose. And so this one I'm going to express it as a decimal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 1/8, and I know that each of the vials I'm going to have 1/8 of a vial. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, each of the in the vial, each vial is going to give me actually 8 doses. So 1/8 is going to be 1 dose. And this is what I'm trying to figure out. So I'm going to take 20 and I'm going to divide it into 8. So remember, if I have 20 and I want to divide it into 8, you can see that as a fraction. So I'm going to do 20 divided by 8. So 8 goes into 20 2 times. I get 16, I have 4 left over. This is where I'm going to stop because I could create this into that fraction, but it wants me to create it into a decimal. So I'm going to add that decimal, make sure I carry it up there, add that 0, bring it down, and now I've got 8 goes into 40 5 times, minus 40, and I have 0 left. So each dose is 2.5 ml. Okay. This next one, it says a container holds 0.7 or 7/10 of a liter of oil and vinegar. Okay, so this is going to be 7/10. And it says 3/4, so I'm going to show that fourth. So 3/4 is vinegar. Okay, and it says how many liters of vinegar are in the container, and it wants me to express it both as a fraction and a decimal. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to express it as a decimal, and then we'll probably be able to look at it and see if we can do it as a fraction. Okay, so I'm basically going to take this 7/10, and I actually want to split it into 4s. So I'm going to take 7/10 and I want to divide it by 4. So I'm going to go ahead and do 7/10 divided by 4. Okay, bring up my decimal. 4 goes into 7 one time. 3. I'm going to add my 0 because remember, anytime I can add as many zeros as I want after this because no matter what, that's still going to stay the same with that 0. Bring down my 0. 4 goes into 37 times, minus 28. I'm going to get 2 left, add another 0, bring it down. Get 0. 4 goes into 25 times, minus 20. So I'm pretty good. So that means that each of these sections are 175 thousandths. Okay, do this one too. I only want to know these 3 right here. So what I'm going to do is I can do one of 2 things. I can either do 175 thousandths, I can multiply it by 3, or I can just add it all up. I'm just going to go ahead and add it all up. Okay, 5, 10, 15, carry my 1, 7, 14, 21, 22, carry my 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so my answer, the fraction of the mixture, is 0.525 or 525 thousandths of a liter. Okay, now to convert that into a fraction, you guys know how to do that because if I have 525, it's going to be thousandths of a liter. So those two are equivalent. So there's your decimal answer and there is your fraction answer.